And just give me one moment. And we are almost there. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. No, I love frozen water. Thanks. I appreciate it. Brenda, they're always helping me drink more water. Everyone drink more water. All right, everyone. It is Tuesday. Yesterday was a long day for us, but it's Tuesday, so we're not going to turn it into a Monday. We're going to keep it as a Tuesday. I want everyone to put some patience in your pocket. And if you feel like you're losing your patience, just smile. It'll make you feel better. All right, these are the rules of the 187 District Courtroom. You are in a courtroom. I repeat, you're in a courtroom, whether you're at your house, whether you're at your job, wherever, you're in the courtroom, and you need to behave as though you're in a courtroom. So what does that mean? Some examples. You're not allowed to lay in bed, fix breakfast, run your errands, go to the grocery store, do laundry. You're not allowed to do any of that. If you are at work, you need to find a stationary place and don't move around and get away from the noise. If anyone is unprofessional on this Zoom, you will lose your Zoom privileges and you'll have to come downtown. Then your Tuesday is going to turn into a Monday because you're going to have to get a Via, a Uber, a Lyft, or either drive downtown. And if you're driving downtown, you're going to have to deal with all of the one-way streets. Find parking, and once you find parking, you're going to be shocked at how expensive it is. To all the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet for porn or whatever. I know you asked why I say that. I say that because it's been done. So do not do that. If you do that, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be sent back to your cell. To everybody on the Zoom, this is not The Bachelor. This is not The Bachelorette. You're not to use this to try to pick up dates. All right, I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open the breakout room, it's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the defendants, your attorney is going to want to speak with the prosecutor before they speak with you. So if your attorney has been assigned to a breakout room, please do not raise your hand and say, do I need to go to that breakout room? Because if they didn't ask for you to go to a breakout room, then you don't need to be in that breakout room. To all attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small that plea bargain agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box. To the court coordinator, she's listed on the screen as Ferguson coordinator. If your client is on bond, she will need your client's email address. Now, what information would she need from you? She needs to know whether or not your client is applying for probation so that she can get the proper papers for that. If your client is just being continued, or that's what you and the state have agreed to, and they may be continued, She will still need to get a trial certification for you, and she will still need to give you the video consent. So make sure you do that. Please do not call her, chat her, text her, email her, asking her if you can be excused. I'm the only person who can do that. A couple of our prosecutors in family violence, I think it's Joe Ray Garcia, he's having a little bit of problem with his computer. So be patient if you have a family violence case. To all the defendants and those accused, I'm going to call your attorney's name, not your name, your attorney's name. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it's because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom, or either they had an in-person hearing. So be patient. Your attorney will come here and you will get a chance to speak with their attorneys. Attorney, when I call the name, if you see that you're low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another court. However, if you Zoom to another court and your name is called and you're not here, you'll be placed at the end of the list. Norma Ferguson, there is an inmate by the name of Della Garza, 14I. He's having difficulty joining. He's been trying to join for the jail now for about 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the attorneys are Patricia Vera, Greg DeMaurier, Bob Hicks, Alberto Rodriguez, Alice Warburton, Andrew Frolick, Claudine Espinoza, David McLean, Linda Corley, Joseph Appelt, Terry Carter, Eric DeWalt, H. Dave Sanchez, Karen Corbin, Tilden Schaefer, Todd McCray, Arlene Gay, Kelly Piddle, Meredith Chacon, Lisa Voigt, Roberto Ramirez, and Jay Moritz. Is there any attorney, Anthony Miller, I see you, any other attorney's name that I have missed? All right, attorneys, when I call your name, I need to know the name of your client, and I need to know whether it's not its criminal trial division or family violence. When I send you to a breakout room, a prosecutor will meet you in the breakout room. Think of those breakout rooms as when you go to the doctor. When you go to the doctor and they call you to the back, they're just checking your weight and your blood pressure. So be patient when you go back to those rooms. If you leave that room to come out to tell me that a prosecutor has not been in that room, the prosecutor will see that that room is empty and they're going to skip over you. All the prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. And Joe Ray, I've just made you a co-host. All right, Patricia Vieira, who do you have?
I have Ramiro Cervantes, and it's criminal trial division, Judge.
All right, and do you have Zoom on your phone or do you need to use the courtroom Zoom?
I do have Zoom on my phone, Judge, but I thought we were here today for our bench trial.
All right, just give me one moment. We're going to take care of that, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure. Greg DeMaurier.
Yes, Judge. Rudy Lerma, family violence. Lerma.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
Bob Hicks.
Jolene Gallegos. It's a trial case rather than family violence, unless there's family violence theft.
And it's Jolene, what's the last name?
Gallegos, Gallegos. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. The person that I first met when I moved to San Antonio would have said Gallegos.
Sure. I'll send you to number 3.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Alberto Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor. Jesse Solis, family.
I'll send you to number 4.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alice Warburton.
Good morning, Judge. I am here for Richard Holloway. He is 81, Judge, so he can't Zoom, but he's in my office.
All right, and it's a criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, Judge.
And you say Holloway?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send you to number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Andrew Frolick.
Judge, I have two cases. Both of them are criminal trial. They are Juan de la Garza. He's the one who's having trouble, you said just a minute ago, with
Yes.
logging on from his jail. The one's Mary Vidal. I expect her to be in the courtroom this morning.
And you said
I-
Vidal.
That's correct. Vidal. And I was talking to Marcus about both of those.
All right, I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you, Honor.
Claudine Espinosa.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
I have
morning.
Anthony Juarez, and it's a family violence.
I'll send you to 7.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. David McLean.
Good morning, Judge. I have Robert Hernandez, Criminal Trial Division. This is basically a checkup on a pretrial diversion application. We've gotten that, and we have both signed it and sent it back to Beatrice Chavez. And we're just waiting for progress on that.
All right, just give me one moment. Can you put that in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson?
You bet.
That it's a PTD for that, and then she'll be able to check and she'll give me a new court date.
Thank you, Judge.
Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, I have
Thank you for
Santiago.
changing your name. I
Oh,
appreciate
you're
that.
welcome. Not a problem. And it's CTD. I had been talking with Hunter.
All right, I'll send you to number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Joe Pelt.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I have Manuel Robert Sanchez. It would be CTD.
I'll send you to number 9.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Terry Carter.
Good morning, Judge. I have Jesus Cole on the docket. I'm trying to get him logged in right now, but if I could please confer with CTD, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for changing your name.
You're welcome, Judge.
Number 10.
Thank you.
Everyone, all the other attorneys, see, I'll keep throwing that out there. Thank you for changing your name and adding the defendant's name. Just throwing that out there. Eric DeWalt.
Your Honor, I represent Amethyst Garcia. It's a PTD. She has the paperwork. We just need time for her to sign it. And I sent it to Norma in the chat.
All right, she will let me know what date.
Okay, Judge, I got the dates.
All right, just one second. Let's start then with David McLean. His client is Robert Hernandez.
Yeah, the 28th, Judge.
All right, just one second. Let me pull it. All right, so we'll see you back on 9/28, Mr. McLean. If you don't have anyone else with us, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right, you too. Let me just find him on the docket. There we go.
It's on page 9, Judge.
All right, and then the next person is,
Amethyst Garcia,
yes.
same page,
Okay.
same date.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
And
You're
Judge,
welcome.
we have one more.
Okay, just one second. And who is that?
Joshua Williams.
Thank you,
Yes.
Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you. And what date is that? Yes, Norma?
That's on Tilden Schaefer's client.
Yes.
And that one's going to be on September 7th. It should be done by then.
All right, Tilden Schaefer, you and your client excused. We'll see you back on September 7th.
And Judge, I guess I'm a little confused because he's already started the program. He's been in it for 2 weeks. So what are we coming back for? But it's all confirmed.
It should be done before then, Tilden.
with all of his
Just-
PTD.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Okay, if it's done before then, you guys don't need to be back on the 7th.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. H. Davis Sanchez. Thank you for changing your name, H. Sanchez. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
Thanks.
Karen Corby. You're on mute.
I'm here, Judge.
Yes, who's your client?
Andrew Guerrero, and I need to please confer with family violence.
Send you to number 12. Todd McCray.
Good morning. It's Jonathan Greenidge, Grinage.
Thank you. And thank you
was
for
with-
changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 13.
It's with Marcus.
All right, a prosecutor will meet you there. Number 13 is a lucky room. All right, Arlene Gay.
Autumn Glenn, CTD. Your Honor, Miss Glenn called me this morning and her sister passed away this morning from COVID. I'm asking that she be excused.
Sure. I'll send you to breakout room number 14 and we'll discuss that.
Okay.
Kelly Piddle.
Brianna Mitchell, Judge. I was conferring with Tom.
All right, I'll send you to 15. Thanks for changing your name.
Of course.
Meredith Chacon. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 16.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'm here for Doug Campbell, just so that the docket's clean.
All right, thank you. Brenda, it's so much easier when people have already changed the name and I don't have to type it. Lisa Voigt. Lisa Voigt. All right. Roberto Ramirez.
Morning, Your Honor. Adrian Winters, he's in family violence.
Thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 17.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is the small things, everyone, the small things. Jay Moritz.
Good morning, Judge. Sorry I didn't use caps.
That's okay. And your client is CTD?
Clayton Marr, and yes, it's a regular, Meredith was the one that I had discussed with before. She was going to check some issues with the case, Judge.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 18. Thank you so much for changing your name. I appreciate it. Anthony Miller.
Judge, I'm here on Stanley Rodarte. That's a criminal trial division case.
Thank you so much for changing your name. I appreciate it. I'm going to send you to number 19.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Raymond Alamon.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Amanda Balmares, and that's a court case. Amanda Balmares.
Wait, is it Gonzalez? What's the last name?
Belmares. He should be there on Zoom.
Okay, I'll send you to number 20, Mr. Alamon.
And Judge, and I will have to leave at 10 o'clock to do something.
I'll send you to number 20. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Albert Acevedo.
Judge, I'm here on Robert Garcia, the pretrial violation issue.
All right, I'll send you to number 21. Thanks for changing your name.
You're welcome.
21 is a lucky room number. All right, Valentina Kogut. Valentina going once.
Good morning, Your Honor. Is
Yes.
present. I'm here on behalf of Isa Garza, and I would like to confer with the state.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division.
All right, I'll see you to breakout room number 22. It's just as lucky as 21. Guillermo Lara.
Yes, Judge.
What do you have?
I have Christopher Diaz, family violence case, Judge.
I'll send you to 23. All right, so going to go down the list. Greg Demaria, you're back.
Yes, Judge. We conferred, I conferred with Joe Ray, have an offer. My client has been in contact, but in the past month has not updated his number, so I had no way of getting this information. I'd request
Well,
an
I mean,
opportunity.
here's the situation we're in. These court dates, these are the court dates that the system has set.
Absolutely, Judge.
And so he would have been informed of this. I give everyone till 10:30. So if you want to
Yes, ma'am.
zoom out and zoom back in.
I will definitely try, and we have an offer, so once I get him, Judge, we should be able to do something.
All right, Deputy Laura, is there a Rudy Lerma in the courtroom?
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So
Thank you, Judge.
10:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any other attorneys back? Joseph Appel.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I have
morning.
conferred with Meredith. I have an offer. However, Mr. Sanchez, I have not had any contact with. He was out on bond when I was initially appointed to represent him. My contact letter has not been responded to. And when we tried reaching out to him last week, the phone number that we have for him does not work. If I could get with the clerk to find the bondsman's name and number, I'll reach out to the bondsman to see if they have any different information. And I'll try to reach him to bring him in this morning.
I'll send you to breakout room number 1 and I give everyone till 10:30.
I understand that, Your Honor, and I'll do my best to see if I can find a new number for him.
All right, you were in breakout room number 9. I'm going to
I
send
was.
you in 1. And clerks, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please.
And then after that, may I be excused, Judge?
Yes, and I'll see you back at 10:30.
Thank you.
If the clerks could please go to 1. All right, anyone else back? Any attorney? Alberto Rodriguez, you're back?
Yes, I'd like to speak to Jesse Solis, please,
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
in custody.
All right, let me see if he's here. All right, your client is not here yet. Just give us a moment. The jail is a little bit short-staffed, but I know they'll bring him down in a few moments.
Okay.
All right, and if you could, Mr. Rodriguez, if you put that into the chat box that you're waiting for your client who's in custody to Norma Ferguson with your client's name, we'll try to give you an ETA. All right, Andrew Froelich.
Hey, Judge. I have 2 cases. Marcus and I have conferred on both of them. I need to check and see if Mary Vidal is in the courtroom.
All right, is there a Mary Vidal in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, she's not.
No, she is not.
Judge, I texted her brother. He said he dropped her off somewhere. So she may show up late. I have spoken with her in the past month. I could see where she would have difficult time making it to the courtroom.
Okay, I give everyone till 10:30. And then your other client, De La Garza?
We're just working on, I have an offer from Mr. Sanders, reasonable. I just need to confirm the amount of time that he has credit for in Cameron County. Is that what I just texted him?
All right, okay, just give us a moment. Gary Chirac, who do you have?
I have Ginger Ferguson,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
drug case, trial division.
I will send you to breakout room number 24.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Lorraine Efron.
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Mr. Boter.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Probably both, Judge. I don't know what's set today. I think he has an MTR that's set.
Okay, I'll send you to breakout room number 25.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let me see here. All right, any other attorneys back? Todd McRae.
Good morning, Judge. Again, Judge, I need a quick setting for a plea. We're still studying the plea, but it's pretty close. Please.
All right, is 2 weeks setting enough time for you?
That should work, Judge.
All right, Norma, on Jonathan Greenwich, can I have a 2-week reset, please?
And I'll let Marcus, he's the ADA, we'll let him know about that.
Todd, I can do the 13th or the 15th.
Let's see. Those Mondays are rough, except in Judge Boyd's court.
Okay, I
But
like
so
the way
can we
you
have the
covered that.
15th, please?
The 15th? Yes.
All right, Todd, if you can go back to the breakout room and tell your client he's excused, please.
Thank you, Judge, I will. And we're excused from there then.
Yes. James Myrick. James Myrick. All right. James Myrick, who do you have?
I have a Paul Hernandez today. Paul
Criminal
Hernandez.
Child Division of Family Violence.
That is a family violence.
I'll send you number 26.
20, room 26. Okay.
Yes. And Mr. Rodriguez, we're just finding out the ETA on your client.
Okay.
Brenna, it is not a Monday today. It is a Tuesday, and it feels like a Tuesday. Rodolfo Cepeda. Patricia.
Yes, Judge.
Who was the prosecutor you're working with?
Marcus?
All right. Courtroom, can you go to breakout room number 1? And Marcus, could you see me in breakout room number 1, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Everyone, just give me a moment. And Norma, can I see you in number 1 as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Patricia says she's here for a bench trial.
Yeah, I asked Hunter if doesn't bring one, and we don't have it on our list.
Okay, what is your prize is Cervantes, right?
Correct, Judge. And you're last here July 7th.
Yes, on July 7th, it says request for bench trial.
So we didn't set up a bench trial. We were just trying to get a bench trial.
Patricia, do you have your phone?
Is it Zoom?
No.
Because we were still having trials.
Right, so. I'm sorry, I think there's a slight miscommunication. So today was the day determine its trial date.
Okay. I have
Does
one
anybody have
question.
Zoom
This
phone on?
morning, we have double echoing here, Judge. This morning I filed a motion to amend conditions of bond. And I wanted to see if you would consider allowing, taking him off of house arrest so he can actually get some work done and make some money. He's having financial issues because he's not working, because he's not allowed to leave.
All right, Marcus, do you think you have an issue with, I have a motion that's been filed and it's, to allow him to work.
No, it's just that it's so weird, this.
As soon as I came up here?
Yeah.
No, we're trying to figure out where the device is coming from. Doesn't normally do that.
We have no.
It was from the other cases that get picked up with, he originally picked up the unauthorized use and the drug case. And I believe sometime in February, he picked up another drug case offense. All of those drug cases were dismissed, but they left the GPS monitoring as part of his unauthorized.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. Okay, everyone needs to make sure you are on mute. All right, Rochelle Acevedo, who do you have?
Morning, Judge. I have James Danbemeyer.
How do you spell the last name?
Danbemmire. And it's an MTR, Judge.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I think Criminal Trial Division.
Okay, no, I just found it. It's Family Violence.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no problem. I'm going to send you to breakout room. Let me find what's open.
3 will be open.
Number 27.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Rodolfo Zepeda.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Joshua Zuloff, Criminal Trial Division.
I'll send you 28.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. James Sanders.
What is it? Is that me, Judge?
Yes, that's oh, Anders. All right. There's no space. You have no space between your first and last name. Who do you have?
I have, let's see, Mr. Moss. It's an
First name?
NPR and a family trial.
First name?
Let's see, his name is, I just want to, hold on a second. Joseph Moss. It's an MTR continuous family.
All right. I'll see you number 29.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm back from conferring when you're ready for me.
All right, thank you. Bob Hicks.
Yes, Your Honor. I can return breakout room number 3 to you. It appears that Ms. Gallegos has been busy. She also hired Roy Barrera in a enhanced theft case, and he called in and got a reset yesterday because he's on a he's in a court-ordered mediation down in Laredo today. So I would like to request a reset as well, so he and I can confer and see which one of these cases is going to go forward. I expect one will be taken into consideration, the other will not.
All right, just give me a moment for me to get a reset date. Just 1 second. Miss Ferguson is in breakout room number 1. She'll be out briefly and I'll get you your court date.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. If anyone else needs a court date, just give me a moment till Miss Ferguson comes out of breakout room number 1 and we'll take that matter up.
By the way, I do support your idea of drinking more water.
Oh, and you know, I don't know why the older I think we get, the less water we want to drink. When I was a child, there was nothing to drink water, but then you didn't have all these options.
Well, Scotch helps it go down easier.
It was like, do you want water or do you want a tab? I'm like, no. And I know the youngsters don't remember what tab was, but.
I didn't drink those because it had cyclamates in it. Youngsters don't remember what those are either.
No, they do not. But thank you for educating us, Mr. Hicks. All right, just 1 moment. Let me see what's happening in breakout room number 1. I'll be right back, everyone. All right. And then Mr. Hicks, we're going to get you your date. Norma, can I get a reset date on Mr. Hicks? He says that Mr. Barrera had already called and he was given a reset.
No, ma'am, I told him to have his client zoom in.
Okay.
Is his client here?
Jolene Gallegos. Jolene Gallegos. All right,
When I
Mr.
talked to Mr. Barrera's office, they said that they had called the number they had for her and left several messages yesterday without response. I know that the number that I had from my appointment was bad, and the one that I got from the bond company was also bad. So,
All right, I give everyone till 10:30, Mr. Hicks.
I'm sorry.
I said I give all defendants till 10:30 to either
Okay.
appear by Zoom or show up. So if you could zoom out and zoom back in at 10:30, please.
I will.
Thank
Now, I've
you.
been excused. I got to go visit with another judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Patricia Vieira, are you in the breakout room?
She's trying to log in, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Norma, do you have an update on Jesse Solis for Alberto Rodriguez?
I send you a chat, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Solis should be here by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
All right,
And
thanks for your patience. I appreciate it.
one really dumb question. I chatted to Miss Ferguson, the plea offer. How do I send it to her?
Oh, no, if you put it in the chat box, she should receive it.
I don't know.
So
if she's-
once you put it in the chat box, when you write it in the chat box, just hit enter. And it'll go straight to her. Oops, you muted yourself.
Okay.
I'm just
No,
wondering-
just something back there. His attorney is here.
Yeah, just put enter and it'll go to her.
Well, I did press.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you muted yourself.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm back on there, and I pressed enter several times. I'm just wondering if she's received it.
Sometimes if they leave the room and come back, you just re-click her name and then hit enter again.
Thank you, Brenda. All right, Linda Corley.
Yes, Judge. I conferred with Hunter and he's going to be reaching out to the complainant witness again on some restitution amounts, if we could get a reset.
All right. Santiago Oliva. Where is
Yes.
Santiago Oliva?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to give a brief reset. Norma, on Santiago Oliva, can I have a 3-week reset, please, for the state to contact the complainant?
I can do the 22nd, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on September 22nd.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Santiago, just go ahead and hit leave meeting.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good one.
All right, thank you. You too. James DeWiggins, who do you have?
Michael DeLeon.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I believe it's CTD.
All right, I will send you to breakout room number 30. All right, Alice Warburton.
Yes, Judge. David Martin and I had a very productive meeting. He would like a little more time to investigate some things that I informed him of today. This is my client's first court date, so we just asked for one pretrial reset.
All right, Norma, can you give me a 30-day reset, please, on Holloway?
We can do the 22nd as well, Judge.
All right, September 22nd.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will see you all in September 22nd.
All right, thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Have a great day, everyone.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Jason Captains.
Good morning, Judge. Jason Cadams for Christian Almanza.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal division, I believe.
Okay, and how do you pronounce your last name again?
Cadams.
Cadams, okay. I'll
Thank
send you to breakout room number 31.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Arlene Gay.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm back from conferring with Marcus.
Yes.
We'd like a reset if possible. Miss Glenn, I did confer with him and I need some things from Miss Glenn, but with losing of her sister this morning, things are going to be a little difficult for her.
Okay, and we were supposed to be here for a PTD update.
Yes. What we're trying to do is in lieu of PTD and try to get an outright dismissal. And Ms. Glenn lives in the Metroplex area.
All right, Norma, can you give them a 30-day reset, please?
I can do the 22nd as well, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on the 22nd.
September. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, any other attorneys back from the breakout room? Karen Corby?
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning.
I've conferred with Joe Ray. We are still awaiting some discovery that hasn't been uploaded yet, and we conferred. So we just asked for a reset, please.
All right, and where is your client?
He's there.
Andrew Guerrero, where are you?
I'm here, ma'am.
All right, could you speak? I see you now. All right, Norma, can I have a regular reset for Andrew David Guerrero?
The 22nd as well, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on September 22nd. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
you too.
Thanks.
Page 12.
Thank you. Oh, and you know what? You picked the right number because I found the other one, but not the second one. Yes. Andrew Frolick, you're back?
I am, Judge.
Yes.
I just got off the phone with Cameron County and confirmed some days. I've emailed that to Marcus and we're conferring at this time.
All right, thank you. Jay Moritz?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could check with Norma and see if I could get the number of days my client's been in on the criminal mischief charge, that's on Clayton Marr.
All right, Mr. Moritz, what breakout room were you in?
I was with Meredith, I think in 10.
All right, I just found you at 18. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Could the clerks go to breakout room number 1 and give Mr. Marr his client's jail dates, please?
And then Mr. Marr, we've got a deal worked out. If, they bringing him in, Judge?
Yes,
I
they
saw
should
him.
be bringing him in. His chair was empty, but they should be bringing him in.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
And Judge, you just have one family violence prosecutor today?
I know there are 2 family violence prosecutors, but Joe Ray is just having slight issues with his computer.
Okay. Can I get in line for them as well?
Sure. Give me your client's name again, please.
It's off docket. It's a where am I today? Brian Curry, 2021 CR 7502. I'm sorry, Judge. Brian Curry is 2021 CR 7502.
Can you say that's family violence?
Affirmative.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 32.
And Judge, I'm also working on Ms. Vidal, who hasn't shown up yet, and Mr. De La Garza. Marcus and I are conferring on that over the phone, so I'm waiting on him as well.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Moritz, they're calling to make sure your client comes down.
Yes, Judge. I was gonna send Meredith the total number of days, so I'm doing that right now by chat.
Okay.
I think we've got something worked out, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Stanley Rodarte, can you go to room 19 with your attorney?
Stanley Rodarte, please go to room number 19. Chris Diaz, you need to show your video. Isaac Garza, show your video. Thank you.
This is Chris Diaz.
All right, you need to show your video. If you're a defendant on this Zoom screen, you need to show your video. And Isaac Garza, you're not allowed to wear hats in court, so you can't wear hats on this Zoom. And who is iPhone in the blue shirt with the glasses? What is your name, please?
Anthony Juarez.
I'm sorry, you say Anthony Flores?
Yes, Anthony Juarez.
Your Honor, this is Tom. I'm back from Breakout Room 11. Could you put, he's on page 10 of the docket, Richard Gerard in custody in Breakout Room 11, please?
He's not on the Zoom screen yet. Oh, Gerard.
Yeah.
G-A-R-R-A-D.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and which room are you requesting he go to?
11.
Mr. Gerard, I need you to go to breakout room number 11. Do you know how to do that?
No, I do not.
All right, Mr. Gerard, do you see at the bottom of your screen where it has the words participants? Unmute yourself, Mr. Gerard.
I need to call someone that they don't want us touching anything.
Ah, okay, just give us a moment.
Judge, I'll call the jail.
All right, thank you.
Judge, I'm back from breakout room 16. I'd like to go in a breakout room with our client, Roland Signs, when there's a chance.
Yes. Roland Signs, where are you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm right here.
All right, and what breakout room were you in, Meredith?
I was in 16.
All right, if you go to breakout room number 16, please, Mr. Signs.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Roberto Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor. If I just spoke with my client, if I could speak with the family violence prosecutor one more time.
And what was your break? You were in breakout room number 17. I'll send you to breakout room number 18, and could a family violence prosecutor go to 18, please?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Fernando Trevino.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
Oh gosh, hold on, I'm trying to look. I'm on two different Zooms at the same time. It would be Nina Gomez or Rita Nina Gomez.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I just saw this morning, Judge.
Everyone, please stay muted.
It's Criminal Trial Division.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. I'll send you to breakout room number 33.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry, Mr. Rodriguez, we're still waiting for them to bring down Mr. Solis.
Okay.
Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Thanks for still keeping it as a Tuesday.
Okay. Do you think I can be excused to go to 13 for a few minutes and then come back?
Let me ask Norma one quick. Norma, what is the status on Mr. Solis? Thank you. She's going to call very quickly.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Rodriguez.
Let me just stand by then.
All right, thank you. They're shorthanded at the jail. So once we call for an inmate, they want to make sure that that person goes.
Judge, they should be bringing him up.
All right. Jose Rocha, who do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Terrence Truesdale. And just so the court knows, I did notify the court that I was scheduled for a trial on the CPS matter and submit a motion to continue on this case as well.
All right. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 34.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And Your Honor, one last thing, I've also submitted a motion to withdraw on that case.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll send you to 34.
I just don't know if you have it in the file yet.
All right. We'll
Thank you,
find
Your
it. You're welcome. Raymundo Alamon, you're back.
Yes, Judge, I had to go to the Fed for a while. I never did see the prosecutor, but I have a previous offer and I spoke to my client and we will probably take it.
Okay. What is your client's name?
Oh, Amanda Balmares. She should be there on Zoom. She's the lady who had the COVID. That's why she had to be rescheduled.
Wait a minute. What's the last name?
Balmares, Belmares, Balmares.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Yes, it's criminal trial. Balmares means pretty ocean.
Ah.
A beautiful ocean, Balmares.
All right. I'm going to place you back in the breakout room you were previously in before you left, which was breakout room number 20.
Okay.
Terry Carter. All right, Guillermo Lara.
Yes, Judge, I'm back. I did speak with the prosecutor. We are asking for a trial setting on this case, Judge.
All right, just one moment. And Norma Solis, he shows on the screen, but there's no video.
Yes, Judge. Hold on for just a moment, Judge.
Where is Christopher Diaz?
He's here, but he's present, Your Honor. I see him on the screen.
I'm here.
All right, let me find you on our docket sheet. All right, Mr. Lara, did you all receive a offer?
Judge, at this point, we want to move forward with the trial, Judge. We did speak on that briefly, but nothing in writing, Judge.
No, my question is, did you all receive an offer?
No, Judge, we did not receive an offer. We didn't ask for one.
Okay, well, I require that an offer is tender and your client can accept it or not accept it. It's completely up to him. Have you all received all the discovery in this case?
We have, Judge.
All right, so you need to get an offer from the state. You can get that offer off docket if you so choose, but I require that an offer be tender.
Yes, Judge, I'll get that off docket, Judge. I'll email Mr. Martin here shortly.
All right, so this is going to be coming back on September 22nd. That will be your plea deadline date.
Is Mr. Diaz required to be present, Your Honor, considering
Yes.
he will not be taking a plea?
Yes, he needs to be present. Every setting that we have in this court, Mr. Diaz, you need to be present either in court or on Zoom. Do you understand? All right, thank you. You're both excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day. Meredith
too.
Chacon.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back. I've spoken to the client. I've conveyed the offer. We also had a bond issue set for today. He wants to reset at least to talk to Doug a bit about the offer, but he does want me to approach about the bond.
All right, to the clerks, do you have a bond on signs?
He was originally remanded without bond on this new case, Judge, and I believe it had something to do with his blue warrant, which has been lifted. So he's just asking that his bond be reinstated.
All right, you'll need to confer with the state on that matter. And if the state is not in agreement, then the court will make a decision.
They're not. We did confer. I don't know where he went.
Who's the prosecutor you're working with?
Oh, who was I talking to, Judge? I'm sorry. It's family violence. Where is his name?
Was it Joe Ray?
Yes, it was Joe Ray. Thank you.
All right. Then just give us a moment. And how much time of a reset do you need on Mr. Sines?
Whatever just a regular reset, Judge, not a long one. He just wants to be able to go over everything with Mr. Campbell.
All right. And so the state did give you an offer?
They did give us an offer, yes.
Norma, do you want to set Mr. Sines? Is 3 weeks time enough, Ms. Chacon?
Sure.
All right, Norma, on Roland Sines, could I have a 3-week reset, please?
We can come back on the 15th, Judge.
Okay, just 1 second. I see he has 2 cases.
Yes.
All right, to the clerks, I'm missing a case on Mr. Sines, please. And what date are we coming back, Norma?
On the 15th.
And to the clerks, if I can have cause number 2021-4555, please.
Yes, Judge.
And I also need the motion for a bond that was filed by the defense on that case, please. Thank you. And is there only one motion?
He has a
Mr.
bond
Cox?
on the first case, Judge. So I believe that the bond motion was filed on 2021 CR 4555 because that was the case that had been remanded.
All right, Jess, give us a moment and we will take that up. And I see that I'm the person who issued a judge's warrant and remanded him without bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, who was the attorney who was waiting for Mr. Marr, Clayton Marr?
It's Jay.
It's Jay, Judge.
All right, Jay Moritz, your client is here. And I believe you were in, let me find you. Do you see which breakout room you're in, Mr. Moritz?
Well, it was 18 and then I went with one with, I think, clerk. So,
All right, so I'm going to send you to number 3. And I'll send your client, Mr. Marr, to number 3.
thank you, Judge.
And let me see where Solis is, Mr. Rodriguez. You've been so patient. And
Judge,
he's
I need to
still,
call a deputy to move him to 3, Judge. So I'm
right,
going to call
thank
the
you.
Jeff.
Jeff Mulliner, who do you have?
Yes, I have Alejandro Silva, Alejandro Cornejo Silva, 21
Criminal trial
CR.
division or family violence?
It is general felony. I've been conferring with Mr. Nisbet.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 35.
Sure.
And number, when you talk to them to move them, can you please see where they have Mr. Solis for Mr. Rodriguez?
I already put him in a breakout room together, Judge.
Oh, Your Honor, I've already talked to him.
Okay, great. So what is going on with Mr. Solis?
Well, we're just waiting, if Miss Anna received my chat on the offer, so she can do the paperwork on it.
All right, whoever is on the family violence case with Alberto Rodriguez, Desi Solis is the defendant. He said that there's an agreement.
That's Joe Ray.
All right. And then everyone just put some patience in your pocket. David, I don't see Joe Ray on the screen. I think he may be in the breakout room. Are you able to do this bond issue with Meredith on Roland Sines?
Probably. What's the issue?
The defense is asking that a bond be set.
Yeah, and Judge, I'm trying to find James Danbenmeyer, but I don't see him anywhere.
All right, and that's the defendant, correct?
Yes.
Let me look in the boxes. See, people don't realize how hard it is to find people on the screen.
Well, I'm looking through the breakout room to try and send him in to talk to his attorney, but
James Dan Bermeyer, where are you?
Dan Bermeyer. Oh, wait.
James Dan Bermeyer.
Yeah. I don't see him in another room. So he
No,
might not
and
be out.
let me see. Let me put his name in the box to see if it shows him anywhere. Yes, he is nowhere on the Zoom.
Okay.
He
So
was
maybe
on here earlier.
yes, he was. So I don't know where he went. All right, we shall find out. And Meredith, just as soon as Joe Ray comes from the breakout room, we'll take up your matter. Roberto Ramirez.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. We received an offer from the ADA and my client. We countered, and then they gave us a counter, and I'm asking my client to think about it, the counter. So we're asking for a reset, Your Honor, to consider the offer or to what he's going to do or to announce for trial.
All right, Adrian Winters, where are you? Did he come out of the breakout room with you?
No, Your Honor, I didn't have him come out.
All right, if you could go back to your original breakout room and have him come out, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were in 17. Thank you.
Yes.
Alberto Rodriguez, Mr. Solis is here.
I've already talked to him, Your Honor. We're just waiting
And-
on the paperwork.
Okay, all right, thanks. And let me do screen share. And Melanie Lira.
Good morning, Judge. Sorry for my tardiness. I emailed the coordinators. I've been in trial in the morning.
Okay, who do you have?
I have Carlos Farinas. I have had contact with him after he was released.
I'm
And
sorry,
then
what's the last name?
Farias.
Is it Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
Okay, just give me one moment. I'll send you to breakout room number 35.
Thank you.
And let me see where Joe Ray is. All right, Joe Ray is in a breakout room. As soon as he comes back, we'll take that up.
Judge, we can take care of it.
Oh, okay. All right, if everyone else who's not a part of this hearing can make sure you're on mute. Meredith Chacon, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Mr. Winters is should be out of the breakout room now.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4555, State of Texas versus Roland Signs. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
David Martin.
For the defense?
Meredith Chacon here on behalf of Doug Campbell for the defendant, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Signs?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, do you have any objections to Ms. Chacon standing in?
No, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Signs, do you have any objection with us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, the defense has filed a motion to set bond in this cause number. State, have you had an opportunity to review defense's motion?
Yes.
Are you ready to proceed, State?
Yes.
Defense, it's your motion.
Yes, Your Honor. Our client picked up this new case and you issued a remand without bond on July 20th. He very dutifully turned himself in the very next day when he found out about the warrant. I believe there was also a blue warrant that was pending on him that has been lifted since. He has the two pending assault family violence second cases. They each had an underlying bond of $15,000 when this remand was issued by the court. That was suspended on this case. We're asking that you reinstate his bond now that the blue warrant has been lifted so that he can go back to work. He's never had any other kind of violations. He's always reported. He did turn himself in as soon as he knew there was a warrant. He is not a flight risk to this court. And I believe that $15,000 is enough to secure his being in court for trial, Your Honor.
All right,
He does-
state.
We'll agree to the $15,000 being reinstated, but we would ask for GPS also.
All right. Defense, are you in objection to GPS?
Would it be that he would still be allowed to work? Is there a way he can have that as a part of it? I don't want him on full house arrest, but if he has GPS for tracking, I believe that would be fair.
All right, any objection to GPS tracking?
No, tracking is fine.
All right, then the court will set your bond at $15,000. I'll order GPS tracking only. Waive GPS fees. Or see if they'll defer your fees. Or place you on indigent status. Mr. Sines, I don't have the ability to force them to waive your fees, but I still put it in there because at some point someone may do it. But I did put in that maybe they can defer your fees or either place you on indigent status list.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Sines, do not come back here with new cases. Do you understand?
I understand fully. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Sines, if you're released from custody, your next court date is going to be September 15th. You need to appear either in person or by Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Norma, can you let them know that Mr. Sines 14J can go back, and Mr. Cohn, you're excused unless you have someone else with us.
I do not. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr.
Right.
Sines, please call our office when you get out so we can get your email and make sure we have good contact information,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Not a problem. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes, Gary Turek.
correct here. I've conferred with the state. I do not know if my client is present or not.
All right, let's see. Ginger Ferguson. I do not see her.
Okay.
Just give us a moment. Anthony Miller.
Judge, I have conferred with the state on Mr. Redarte's situation. They are willing to dismiss your case, Judge, if he takes care of some misdemeanor cases that are currently pending.
And where are these cases
Unfortunately, I'm not on one of the misdemeanors, Your Honor. So I would need to get in contact with his defense counsel on that matter and relay this offer to him.
Okay, where are those misdemeanor cases pending?
He has one in County Court 9, Your Honor, and one in County Court 13. The one in County Court 9, Judge, is a theft under 100 enhanced, and the one in County Court 13 is an assault family.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him a month reset. That should be enough time for him to have taken a plea in those other courts if that's what he's going to do.
Okay, Judge. And again, I just would need to notify the attorney of record on the assault case to let him know that that's the offer that's been tendered to us.
Norma, can we have Mr. Rodarte come back on September 22nd?
Judge, I have a letter filed with the courts that I'm going to be unavailable from September 20th through the 30th.
Where are you going to be? I hope you're going to be vacationing on some beach or something.
Oh, I would love to tell you that's the case, Your Honor. It's
But
not.
following COVID guidelines.
Is there a way that we could do it after the 30th, Judge?
That's beyond 30 days. And I don't like to give settings beyond 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see. When are you leaving?
The 20th, Judge?
Do you think your client will be able to have this done the week of the 16th, like the 16th or 17th?
I can try very hard to see if we can accomplish that, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Rodarte's for the week of the 13th, either 14th, 15th, 16th, or I don't want to do it to the 17th because I know when people are leaving for non-vacations, they don't like to do anything, that Friday, they would like to have Friday off. At least I do.
If we could try to do it on the 16th, then, Your Honor, that would be wonderful. That would give me hopefully enough time to try to accomplish everything.
Norma, are we able to recall this on September 16th?
Yes, ma'am, I can make it work.
All right, so we will see you back, Mr. Rodarte, on the 16th, and Mr. Miller, if you can coordinate that with whomever his misdemeanor attorneys are.
Yes, Judge, I will get on that right away, Your Honor.
And if that's taken care of, your client won't have to come back.
Okay,
This
Judge.
court.
I'll get on it right away, like I said, Judge, and I've marked September 16th.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Is there anyone back for the 10:30 settings?
Dave Sanchez, Judge.
And your client is Richard Lee Gerard?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, your client was on Zoom. Did you speak with him or no?
Yes, I went in and spoke with him. We have an agreement, Judge, but I wanted to run something by you. My client, since his last arrest, he's been in custody for 37 days, and he found out that he's been evicted. He wants to accept a plea that would have him go to state jail for 9 months, but he's asking the court if he can get 2 days to go and recover his property before he turns himself in to go do his 9 months.
But he's at the Bexar County Jail, correct?
He is, yes.
So how is he getting released from the Bexar County Jail and he has not been released from the Bexar County Jail?
Well, I would ask the court if they would consider granting him a PR bond so that he can go and try to.
Unless something that's presented to me for why I should grant him a PR bond. Now, mind you, I'm not accepting any of his cases. That's true because I haven't received any facts on it, but all of his cases are thefts enhanced. So I wouldn't be inclined to do that.
Okay, I need to let him know. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Roberto
Can I
Ramirez.
approach?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Roberto Ramirez, and then
Yes,
I'll
Your
take up Alberto Acevedo. Yes, Mr. Ramirez?
Yes. Oh, Mr. Winters came out of the breakout room and you wanted to address his request for the reset pending the consideration of the offer.
Okay, let me see if I can find his file. Yes. All right, Mr. Winters, you wanted a time to consider the state's offer? You're on mute, sir. Just hold down the key. It's the longest key on the keyboard. Do you have a keyboard in front of you? Yes.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Winters, your attorney is telling me that you need some time to think about the state's offer. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, it is correct.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Winters in a week? Is that enough time for you, Mr. Winters?
I was thinking a little bit more than that, ma'am.
How old are you?
I'm 43.
Yes, are you trying to talk to other people or you just need to be in your own thoughts?
I was actually trying to talk to other people and as well as my own downtown, but just getting.
All right. All right. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a 2-week reset, but I'm going to tell you what I tell everyone who appears on this Zoom screen. And mothers tell me they appreciate it. Here's the lecture for today. If somebody and you're a teenager and somebody is inviting you to a party and you know they're going to be drugs there, you know the parents are not going to be there, there's not going to be no adult supervision, and you go, and police come, they find drugs, everybody gets arrested, people will usually then call their parents from the jail saying, this is what happened. A parent would appreciate if their child would call them before they go to the party and say, I want to go to this party. There are going to be other children there, male, female. We're not going to have any adult supervision, and there are going to be drugs there. Will you give me permission to go? What are your thoughts on that? As opposed to, I'm at the Bexar County Jail. I have an evade and arrest detention of vehicle. I have an assault family second. What should I do? These are choices that people should be making intelligently and talking to people before they're charged with anything. Do you understand, Mr. Winters? So I'm going to give you a 2-week reset. Norma, can you give Mr. Winters a 2-week reset, please?
Judge, he can come back on the 14th.
All right, we're going to bring you back on September 14th, Mr. Winters. And at that time, you'll need to let me know your decision. Do you understand? Unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on September 14th.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Oh, Norma, you can let them know that 17F can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Hi, Judge.
that being all
Just
my,
one second, everybody.
sorry.
With everybody calling, I just had a flashback from Family Guy, where Stewie was constantly calling Lois's name. All right, so Albert Acevedo.
Yes,
Albert
Judge.
Yes.
Yes, Judge. I was in a waiting room. I've been there for about an hour, but I'm not sure what I'm waiting for. I'm here on a pretrial violation.
To confer with the state on that. It's a pretrial violation. So you're waiting to confer with the state on that. Is your client here?
I don't believe he is, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a second. All right, what I'm going to do on your client, Robert Garcia, are you on the Zoom? Robert Garcia? Deputy Laura, is there a Robert Garcia in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
All right, Mr. Acevedo, your client has never appeared to report to pretrial services. He is on bond for assault family second offense. No one knows where he is. This was the second time that this violation report has been set for him to appear, and he hasn't shown either time. So the court is going to issue a judge's warrant, and we will talk to him once he's taken into custody. If you don't have anyone else with this, you're excused.
Judge, would you consider holding off until the 31st when the case is actually set for our first setting to see if I can get him on the Zoom? He doesn't, it's kind of hard to get a hold of him because he doesn't own or operate a phone. Like the only contact I've had at all is through his daughter. So I just asked if you would consider waiting and holding off until next week when he has his trial setting, and then hopefully he can appear. I mean, he hasn't committed any new number ones for my knowledge. Obviously, he's not in custody. I just asked to see if you would hold off until the 31st.
Well, the problem is that he's charged with an assault family second offense. I don't know where he is. Pretrial Services says that they have never had any contact with him. They don't know where he is. This is the second time that I've set this pre-violation report to have a hearing to see what's going on with him, and he hasn't shown. So that's an issue. I can't have someone who has an assault family second and nobody knows where they are.
Understand, Your Honor.
Yes, if you're able to get in touch with him, we're here from 9 to 5, and if he's able to Zoom in or appear in court, then the court will, of course, reconsider.
Okay, thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you so much.
Yep, you have a good day.
All right, you too. Joseph Appel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm zooming in to update you on the status of my client, Mr. Sanchez, Manuel Robert Sanchez. I've contacted bondsman. They gave me 2 new phone numbers. One is not working. The other, I left a voicemail. I have not received a return phone call.
All right, we'll go on the record. Is there a prosecutor available for Manuel Sanchez, please? All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 6429, State of Texas versus Manuel Robert Sanchez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Joseph Appelt.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:41 a.m. Manuel Robert Sanchez has not been on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been a Manuel Robert Sanchez in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not, Your Honor, despite numerous attempts. I sent a contact letter out asking him to reach out and contact my office on May 7th of this year. I was appointed on May 6th. I have not received a response to that letter. I have actually 3 phone numbers that I have identified or been associated with Mr. Sanchez. 2 I received from his bonding company. Of those, 1 of the numbers does not work. 2 of the numbers are working, and I've left 2 messages for Mr. Sanchez on those 2 numbers. The bond company confirmed with me this morning that the address that I have, which is 9118 Marble in San Antonio, Texas, is the address they have, and that is the address that I sent my letter to, which has not been responded to. So despite my diligent efforts to reach out and contact Mr. Sanchez regarding his case and this setting, I have received no response.
All right, state.
And the state would ask the defendant's bond be forfeited and a warrant be issued.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. Of course, if you're able to get in touch with your client and your client presents himself either in person or on Zoom, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of your day. Jose Rocha.
Hello, Judge.
Yes, you have Mr. Truesdale.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. I've spoken to the DA. We do have an offer. I do have contact with my client. He was given all the information for today's hearing. We've had a little bit of a.
Oh, he's just zoomed in.
Okay. We had several issues that led me to file a motion to withdraw based on irreconcilable differences that prevent the further representation of him.
All right. Just 1 second. We'll go on the record with that. Just give me 1 moment. I'm sorry, I just need to sign a couple of documents. All right, sorry, everyone, I was signing documents. Mr. Rocha, on Truesdale, we are pulling the motion and I will take that up with you. Patricia Vieira on Ramiro Cervantes, what is happening with that case?
Hi, Judge. I conferred with Hunter. He is not in agreement for a bench trial, so I think we have to get put on the regular jury trial dockets.
All right, Norma, what is a date for a jury trial?
Judge, give me 1 second, Judge.
All right, thank you. We will take that up. Steve Harkowitz.
Morning, Judge. If I could get in line to confer with the prosecutor on Mr. Leos,
How do you spell the last name?
Leos. He's in custody and he's on the Zoom here.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
All right, let me see what breakout room is available. I'll send you to 36.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Bob Hicks.
Yes, Your Honor. I just came back to see if perhaps Jolene Gallegos had ever decided to grace her with her presence.
No, we have not heard Miss Gallegos. Is there a prosecutor available? The court is calling 2021 CR 6382 and 2021 CR 6383, State of Texas versus Jolene Marie Gallegos. Do I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Senator Morris.
For the defense?
Bob Hicks.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
Nor from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:48 a.m. For the record, there has not been a Jolene Marie Gallegos on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been a Jolene Marie Gallegos in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have had none. I attempted to contact her at the phone number which I received on the appointment, which was bad. In June, when I reached out to her, and found that number was bad, I called her bond company, and the number that they gave me was bad. I learned from speaking with Mr. Morris this morning that she has 2 other cases, and she's being represented by Roy Barrera Jr. I contacted his office. He's out of town today and requested a reset. I understand your coordinator instructed him to tell her to be here by Zoom. I left a message in Mr. Barrera's office asking him to call me, and I was here for approximately an hour at the 9 o'clock setting, and I am back at the court's instruction.
All right, thank you. State?
They would ask the defendant's bond be forfeited in both causes and a warrant be issued.
All right. The court, because the court forgot that Mr. Barrera was representing the defendant in 2021 CR 6383. So the court will not grant the bond forfeiture in that cause number. However, in cause number 2021 CR 6382, the court will grant the bond forfeiture, remand the defendant without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client and your client presents herself in person or on Zoom, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused. Thank you for coming back.
Well, of course, Your Honor. That's what you told me to do.
Aw, have a great rest of your
I
day.
try to do what people tell me. What
Okay,
I'm told.
thank you. James Anders.
Yes, Judge. So
Yes.
I am done speaking with Mr. Garcia, ADA Garcia, and if I can, I'd like to have a week. He gave me an offer, and I'd like to have a week to discuss offer with Mr. Moss and the people that advised Mr. Moss.
What do you mean the people who advised Mr. Moss?
Well, his brother and his sister and his mom. And
How old are people on this Zoom screen? This is like an adult court.
he's young.
How old is Mr. Moss?
You'd have to ask him.
Mr. Moss, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
36.
All right, the song Strawberry Wine, it says, I remember when 30 was young. So he's past the 30 age range. So have you had a chance to give Mr. Moss the offer?
I have not, but he's still going to want to speak with the people that advise him.
I mean, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to a breakout room, Mr. Moss. I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 24. That's a lucky number, Mr. Moss. And your attorney will let you know what the offer is. And after you all finish discussing the offer and whether or not you want to accept it, come back to the main room, please. Patricia, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
And could a prosecutor go to number 1? I believe that's Hunter and Ms. Ferguson. If you could go to number 1 to discuss the trial date, please. All right. And Rochelle Acevedo, who doesn't look like the Rochelle that I know.
Yes, Judge, I'm standing in for her right now. Judge, we conferred with the prosecutor. I just wanted to speak with my client, but nobody seemed to be able to find him and put me
No,
in.
he was here, but he's no longer on the Zoom. So if you are able to call him and see where he is, please.
Was he? It was my understanding he was in custody. He was not shown in custody.
No, let me check. Just
He
one
was in
second.
custody. He was in custody.
All right, we're going to try to get him back here. Just give us a moment.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Deputy Laura, is there Romero Cervantes in the courtroom?
Judge, he's actually outside the courtroom.
All right, Deputy Laura, if you could have him come in, please.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And
I'm
if I
sorry,
could have a prosecutor just put this on the record, and it's the trial date, please. Brenda, I see River is, he's the 187th mascot.
He's going crazy right now.
He wants to go outside and play.
Your Honor, this is Rodolfo Cepeda. May I be excused to go to the 399 real quick?
What is happening with your case?
I have an offer, Your Honor, but the defendant says there's a Kelly Pitts he's an attorney that I need to speak to. He might know something about some other cases that he had.
Who, Kelly Piddle or Kelly Pitts?
Yeah,
Is it
Piddle.
Piddle?
Yes.
Well, Kelly Piddle is on right now. You guys can talk to that. Kelly Piddle.
Yes, Judge.
Hi, Mr. Zepeda says that his client says you have some information.
Sure. You have it.
All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 27.
Then can I jump to the front after that since I'm being helpful to Mr. Cepeda?
Look at him. Yes. All right. I'm waiting for your client to come in the courtroom, Ms. Cervantes.
Ms. Viera. Judge, I'm gonna log off of here and I'll go into the courtroom. He was outside, that's where I left him. Outside the courtroom.
All right.
I'll log back in through the courtroom.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Valentina, and then I'm gonna do Jay Moritz. Valentina.
Yes, Your Honor, I've conferred with the state, I've conferred with my client. Looks like we do have an agreement. I need a 30-day reset.
Well, if you all have an agreement, why can't we do that now?
Judge, I'm in multiple court Zoom sessions this morning.
That's okay. We're here from 9 to 5.
You and I haven't, maybe 1 week, Chris said I won't be able to do it today physically. It's just not feasible.
Why not? What other courts are you in?
144, 227, and 14.
All right, so are you getting resets in all of those courts?
I have one inmate. I do not know what's going to happen on that case.
All right, so nobody's in jury trial. So, I think, this is me speaking, I think the 187th is just as important as all those other courts. If you all have an agreement, let's do it so it can be taken care of. And so that Mr. Garza doesn't have this hanging over his head.
Can I speak with my client?
Yes.
Okay.
Is your client on bond or in custody?
He's on bond. If you could put me in a breakout room with him.
All right, Mr. Garza. Where are you, Mr. Isaac Garza?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Garza, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5 with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And then on Cervantes, is there a prosecutor available just to get the court date? The jury trial date on the record? All right, court is calling 2021 CR 3710, State of Texas versus Ramiro Cervantes. Do I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Moore.
Oh, for the defense?
Patricia Viera.
All right, we're proceeding by video, but I'll note for the record, the defense attorney and the defendant are in the courtroom. Any objections to us proceeding by video, state?
No objection.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was an offer tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, are you rejecting that offer and requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, my understanding, both parties have conferred on a jury trial date. That date will be November 1st, 2021 at 9 a.m. Obviously, Mr. Cervantes, you know where the 187 District Court is because you're currently in the 187 District Court. Any objections to November 1st as a jury trial date, state?
None, Judge.
Defense, any objection to November 1st as a jury trial date?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, do you have any objection to November 1st as a jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date will be November 1st. You'll need to be dressed for trial. If for some reason jury trials are still suspended, the court coordinator will let everyone know. If there's nothing else, you are both excused. And Mr. Cervantes, we're going to give you a reset form. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who was the attorney who was waiting on Meyer?
That was me, Judge. Brandon
All right.
Lopez for Rochelle.
And let me see. Yes, what breakout room you're in. All right, I'm going to send you to number 28. And I'll send Mr. Meyer to 28. All right, and then Rocha on Terrence Truesdale. Where is Mr. Truesdale?
He's here, Your Honor. I can see him on the screen.
All right, Mr. Truesdale, if you could unmute yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Rocha, did you file the motion to withdraw?
Yes, Your Honor. I filed a motion to withdraw this morning. And it's been accepted by the clerks.
All right, so here's the thing. When you file a motion to withdraw, and that
Yes.
motion is sent through the system the same day, I don't have access to it. So I'm going to have to see if the clerks can pull that motion because I don't have that motion because you just filed it today. So to the clerks, can you see if you can find a motion to withdraw on Mr. Truesdale, please?
Yes, Judge, I'm printing it out right now.
Thank you. Gary Churak.
I have Ginger Ferguson. I don't know if she's present or not.
All right, is your client on bond or on?
On bond. On bond.
Let me find her on the docket sheet. You say the last name is Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
Robert. He says he has a Ginger Ferguson.
Page 11.
All right. Is there a prosecutor available for me, please?
I am.
All right. The court is calling 2021 CR 6163, State of Texas versus Ginger Ferguson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Gary Churak for the defendant.
All right. This hearing is taking place by Zoom. Any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 11:03 a.m. For the record, there has not been a Ginger Ferguson on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been a Ginger Ferguson in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have had contact, Judge, this morning. I sent her the Zoom link. I called her and I also texted her.
State?
State would ask this court to forfeit her bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted and your client will be remanded. If you're able to get in touch with your client and she Zooms in or either appears in person in court, the court will reconsider.
All right, thank you, Judge. Be excused.
Yes. Rodolfo Zepeda.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to Mr. Bedell, and he's gonna send me some information, but I need to be excused to go to 399. I have a client down there that I might have to
What
do
is
a plea.
happening? What is happening with your client? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Well, he had cases in Guadalupe County, and apparently those were dismissed. He also had a case in Refugio County, and my understanding that he pled out and he was in TDC. I'm trying to see when the dates were, so he may get credit for them.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Zula, can you send him back and have him to come back at 2? Mr. Zepeda, can you come back at 2, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Zula, we're going to have you back at 2 p.m. And we'll find out what your credit is in the other counties. He's L6, Norma.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, could you place on the first page of our docket, she's in custody, Christina Perez and Brandon Lopez in a breakout room, please?
Where is Brandon Lopez?
I'm under
Under
Rochelle.
Rochelle's name.
Okay, so Brandon, I'll send you to number 29 then.
Thank you,
And you
Judge.
say it's Christina.
Perez.
Pettis.
All right, Ms. Pettis, if you go to 29, please. All right, Terry Carter. And then I'm going to take up Kelly Piddle. I know he's shocked that his name is being called. Terry Carter, yes.
Yes, Judge, I'm here on Jesus Cole. I have conferred with the state. We are still trying to gather some videos. Mr. Cole has not logged on to my knowledge. I apologize. I did have to check into another court real quick. I have had contact with him, not today, but with his mother. His mother is trying to reach him at work. He's not answering his cell phone. I will try to get him logged on as soon as possible, but I am aware of the court's policy that after 10:30, they're very, very late.
All right, thank you. We'll wait for your client.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Kelly Piddle.
Yes, Judge, this is Kelly Patel. Just kidding. I conferred with Tom, Judge. We're asking for a regular reset for Brianna Mitchell.
Okay, do you have all the discovery in this case?
I do, ma'am.
And has an offer been tendered?
Yes.
All right, Norma, on Brianna Mitchell. Can you give me a regular reset, please?
We can come back on the 30th, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on September 30th. Where's your client?
She's in my waiting room. Would you like to see her?
No, I mean, you're an officer of the court. I trust that she's with you. We'll come back on September 30th.
Okay.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Your Honor, if I may quickly, you placed me in a breakout room. I've been in there for an hour and no one ever came in.
All right, well, I will tell you, the breakout rooms are like doctor's offices.
Okay, that's fine. Do you mind if I jump out and go to another court and jump right back in?
Just one second. I would probably suggest that you go back to that room because prosecutors are working their way through. And
Okay.
I believe there is one person that is before you.
Okay, I'll go back in. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ed Piker.
Hi, Judge. How you been?
Great. Who do you have?
I have a guy named Juan Mello. Norman told me it's on a violation report. I haven't been able to get a hold of him this morning. I didn't know about it until this morning. The notice came out last night, so he doesn't know about being here either.
Well, no, it was actually set for yesterday, so I had it all recalled for today. The problem is he hasn't had any contact at all with pretrial services. And I usually give people a chance to come in to explain to me why they're not contacting their pretrial services officer. But his charge is robbery. I'm going to issue a judge's warrant. If you're able to get your client on Zoom or have him appear, I'll reconsider, but they haven't had any contact with him whatsoever. And they said that they've tried contacting the bail bondsman and all of the phone numbers that he gave them and all of the references that were listed. And they just have had no contact with him whatsoever.
I do see that, yes.
Yes. So if you're able to get in touch with him and have him appear by Zoom so we can figure out what's going on, I'll reconsider. But for now, I'm going to issue a judge's warrant.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, all right. You have a nice day.
Thank you, you too.
You bet.
Judge, can I make an announcement?
Just
I
one
forgot.
moment. Just 1 second. James DeWiggins.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, what is happening with your case?
I have an offer, but I don't see my guy. I just got off the phone with the bail bondsman. I'm trying to locate him.
All right, we'll come back to you then. Jay Moritz on Clayton Marr.
Yes, Judge, the paperwork's been signed and should be forwarded to you be on its way.
Okay, I do have that. Everyone just give me a moment. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to breakout room 1, and the clerks will swear your client in. What breakout room were you in, Mr. Moritz?
The last one with him was 3.
Okay. I'm going to send you to number 1 so the clerks can swear you in.
Okay.
So just
It
1
still
second.
says.
Oh, no,
All
because
right.
I haven't done it yet. I'm signing the paperwork.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to send you there now.
Okay.
Actually, the clerk has already gone to breakout room number 3 to swear your client in.
Okay. I'll go there.
All right, Lisa Voigt, who do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Martin Rodriguez.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's criminal trial.
Okay. I'm going to send you to number 37.
And I've had no contact with my client, and all the numbers I called through his bond company, they haven't had contact with him either. He owes on his bond. His
Okay,
mother
just
has
1 second. We'll put this on the record.
Oh,
Is there a prosecutor available?
Hunter Moore.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 6161, State of Texas versus Martin Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Moore.
For the defense?
it's Lisa Voigt, Your Honor, for defense.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
For the record, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 11:13 a.m. The defendant has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, is there a Martin Rodriguez in the courtroom?
He is not.
And has there been a Martin Rodriguez in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor. I've made efforts to locate him. I've actually spoken with his mother, and she said she hasn't seen him in 2 or 3 months. His bond company said they've not had contact with him since he got out of custody, and he has not completed his payments on his bond. And I have no other sources of reaching out to him.
All right, state.
It would ask the defendant's bond be forfeited and a warrant be issued.
That'll be granted. I'll remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in contact with your client and your client presents himself either on Zoom or in person, the court will reconsider.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. All right, James DeWiggins.
Yes, Your Honor. I found Michael DeLeon. He is in federal custody in Amarillo.
You know, there's a Western song, well, country song, Out Amarillo by Morning. Am I the only person who's heard that song?
Yes. Quite
All
familiar.
right. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset this. If you could put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, your client's location. And if you could put in the chat box to the state so that we can see what we can do with your case. Everyone, just give me a brief moment.
I'll make a note of that and see what I can do.
All right, thank you. Mr. DeWiggins,
Yes, ma'am.
on your client, Mr. DeLeon, we're going to recall this for September 22nd. And if you can send by email or either in chat box to Ms. Ferguson that your client is in federal custody and let the state know he's in federal custody in Amarillo, we'll see what we can do.
I sent it to Ms. Ferguson. I was talking to Marcus, but I don't see him.
All right, if you can put it in the chat box either to Tom, Hunter, or Meredith.
Okay,
All right, thank you so
Thank
much. You are excused.
thank you, Judge.
All right, are the parties ready on Mar?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Brenna, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. There we go. It's not going to do it for us. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 6802B, State of Texas versus Clayton Chase Marr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Jay Rich, Your Honor, for Clayton Marr.
And are you Clayton Marr?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense? Mr. Moritz, any
No
objection?
objection from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, Mr.
No
Marr.
objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Marr, I'm going to show you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, Mr. Marr, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I understand.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, the state is waiving the enhancement paragraph.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Marr, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it everywhere?
Yes.
All right, what you're charged with is criminal mischief, $2,500 to $30,000. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in, a right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, at this time, I believe he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Marr, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 111 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration 2021 CR 3427. Did you understand that to be the plea bargaining agreement?
Yeah, yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offense is charged. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Mr. Marr, are you pleading?
No contest.
No contest?
No contest.
State, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any
No objection,
objections?
Your Honor. No objection.
Mr. Marr, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, we just, he has, in addition to 111 days, he spent 165 days, I think it's what I had, on the other case. So he has more than the 111 altogether.
All right, then the court will follow your plea bargaining agreement. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 111 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code. The court will give you credit for any time served, and the court will find that the judgment is satisfied. Mr. Marr, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
And also, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Marr, good luck to you.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, there's one other thing. There was a TIC on the case.
I will take that in consideration.
And he's walking out.
Yes. Mr. Marr. Mr. Marr, the other case that you have with the court is going to be taken in consideration. So you should be released sometime later today or at the latest early in the morning hours.
Okay.
The case that's being taken in consideration is 2021 CR 3427. All right, Mr. Marr, good luck to you. Norma, can you let them know that Mr. Marr can go back? And Mr. Marr, just wait right there because someone will come and get you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moritz, for your patience. And Mr. Marr, thank you for your patience as well. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Meredith. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Rochelle Acevedo. Okay, Raimundo Alamon.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Yes.
We should be ready. We've signed all the papers.
All right, as soon as I have that, we'll take that up.
Thank you.
And let me make sure nothing else is coming through for me to sign. Okay, then, Rochelle Acevedo.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
Judge, on both, I have James Dan Bermeyer, and I talked to Tom on it, and we are just working on paperwork. And then I also
Okay.
had Christina Perez, and we're good on her also. So we're going to do paperwork on her. I'm just going to let Norma know right now.
All right, thank you so much. Juan De La Garza, Andrew Farley.
Yes, Judge. We've reached an agreement on that one. We have paperwork done.
Okay, as soon as I get that, we'll take that up. And is anyone ready on Mr. Rocha? He's filed a motion to withdraw on Mr. Truesdale.
Judge.
It's a assault family choking.
I'm here, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 10963, State of Texas versus Terrence Truesdale. Can I have parties announced for the record, please?
Joey Garcia for the state.
For the defense?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jose Rocha for Terrence Truesdale, and we're ready to proceed on my motion.
Right now, I don't want to jinx us, but it appears to be working. All right, the defense has filed a motion to withdraw as counsel. We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection to this hearing taking place by video, State?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Truesdale, do you have any objection to this taking place by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion to withdraw. Mr. Truesdale, are you aware that your attorney wants to withdraw from your case?
I am now, Your Honor.
All right, State, are you ready to proceed on this motion?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rocha, the court is in receipt of your motion. Why are you requesting to withdraw?
Your Honor, at this time, the relationship between Mr. Terrence Truesdale as an attorney-client relationship has eroded to the point where effective representation of him in this matter cannot be achieved. We have several inconsistent and problems with how we are looking at certain issues, and because of that, I'm asking for this court to allow me to withdraw from his case.
Okay, I don't understand what you mean by issues. I really don't want to go into attorney-client privilege, but if this is an issue where, how can I put this in a hypothetical? Here's a hypothetical. If the whole issue, hypothetically, is that you think your client should proceed one way and your client wants to proceed another way, I don't see where there's a conflict. Or is there more going on?
No, Your Honor. I guess if we may be speaking in hypotheticals, I believe that it is a matter of communication and effective communication between both of us that is being the catalyst on this matter.
All right, so Mr. Truesdale is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Truesdale, have you had a chance to speak with your attorney?
I have not since I was last released, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you both to a breakout room. And then Mr. Rocha, after you go to the breakout room, if you still want to address this motion to withdraw, the court will address that. But for now, I'm gonna send you all to breakout room number 3.
Your Honor, I'm ready to address that motion right now.
Okay, I'm gonna send you all to breakout room number 3.
That's the
Because
crux of the problem.
Mr. Rocha, your client is
Yes,
telling me that he's just learned of this motion to withdraw today. Now, I'm not taking anything as true or not, but just so you can go to breakout room number 3, explain to him why you want to withdraw. And then we will take that up, because until you withdraw from this case, you are his attorney.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So we're gonna go off the record, and I'm sending you both to breakout room number 3. Claudine Espinoza.
Good afternoon, or
Good morning. Still good morning. Morning, Your
Yes.
Honor. Yes, I was
Yay.
able to confer with Marcus Sanders, and he did convey an offer. I did speak briefly with Mr. Juarez, and I want Hector to meet with him and talk to him and discuss it in more detail. So may we have a reset, please?
Yes. Norma, on Anthony Juarez, can you give them a reset date, 1 month, please?
Anthony Juarez.
Yes, ma'am. It's 2021 CR 6158. Good morning, Norma.
Morning. I can
It's on
do
page 11.
I can do the 21st, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on September 21st.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You and your client are excused.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a good day. Stay well.
All right, you too. Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
All right, Melanie Lira. And then after
Yes,
that, it's
Judge.
going to be Jason Catman. I know I'm
Judge.
mispronouncing your name. Just
Judge,
1 second, Mr. Frolick. Melanie Lira?
Yes.
Yes.
We conferred. I just have lost touch with my client. He had reached out to me a few times. But the numbers I have aren't working anymore. So we do have an offer. I just need a way to get a hold of him.
All right, just 1 second. I'm gonna have the clerks bring me that file. To the clerks, can I have the file on Mr. Carlos Farias, please? Jason Catmus?
Cadams. It's okay, Judge. Go up to Antonio and Hispanic
One
all-
day, when you come back in here next time, I'm gonna have that. Cadams, okay.
For Mr. Almanza, we conferred with the state. They made us 2 alternate offers. I think one of them is probably going to be acceptable. I need to kind of coordinate with the misdemeanor prosecutors because it involves the resolution of his misdemeanor cases. So I'm asking for a reset on that case.
So if the misdemeanor cases are taken care of, then what is happening with this case?
There's 2 different dismissal offers on this case. One would be taken into consideration with plea to the DWI in the misdemeanor court and the UCW. The other option would be a pretrial diversion on this case and then open-ended resolution of the misdemeanor cases.
All right, Norma, on Christian Almanza, on Jason Catmus case?
Cadams.
I'm so close.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you give them a 2-week reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
Cadams. Cadams?
Yes, it is. You're right.
All right.
The
And I
14th.
believe,
All right, September 14th.
I think Mr. Almanza is in the courtroom, so may we be excused?
Yes, but he'll need to get a reset form.
Gotcha. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor.
All right, just 1 second. One, De La Garza, Andrew Froelich. You're on mute. Andrew Froelich, you're on mute. All righty, Alberto Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to go over the paperwork with my client.
Okay.
Yes,
Let me find
Solis.
Mr. Solis, if you go to breakout room number 4, please. All right, and Melanie Lira, your client, is this a pre-indicted case?
I believe so, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, so where's your client?
I cannot locate him at this time.
All right, so he's here for a violation report. This was actually sent on yesterday, so we gave him another day. The pretrial services, they have not been able to get in touch with him at all. So that's an issue. And what they say is he reported for orientation. They have not seen him since. He refuses to answer questions, did not comply with the substance abuse treatment order. They attempted to continue with orientation for him and he refused and he hung up. They called him back to get him in compliance. And the client stated he would file a case of harassment if they kept calling him to help him get into compliance. So I'm going to issue a judge's warrant. if you're able to get in touch with your client, get him into compliance, the court will reconsider.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rocher, yes, Mr. Frolick, you were on the phone previously. Yes,
I
Juan De La
apologize.
Garza.
Yes, I need to go into a breakout room with him. I was in a breakout room waiting for family violence to confer, emailed Marcus, kind of coming back around. I just need to get in a breakout room with my client so we can go over his paperwork.
Okay, he is in number 6. And let me see, where are you? Do you know what breakout room you were in?
It was a family violence one waiting for Joe Ray, but he and I conferred on a chat on the side. So I'm trying to work 2 different things at once and be more
All
efficient.
right, let me see if I can find you. All right, I found you. I'm going to send you to number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if there is a criminal trial division prosecutor available, to go to number 7 to speak with Mr. Harkowitz on Leos.
I'll hop in right now, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. Well, 7. I'm trying to slowly move all of the people up so that I can keep track of them.
Mr. Aliman, can you go to breakout room number 2 really quick?
Yes.
Okay, that has moved everyone up. All right, Mr. Rocha, did you speak with Mr. Truesdale about your motion to withdraw?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. And Joe Ray Garcia, are you here?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
All right, we'll go back on the record on this matter then.
Who do I talk?
Everyone needs to make sure they're on mute unless you're part of this hearing, please. Yeah, Brenna, we spoke too soon. I don't know what happened. All right, we're back on the record in 2019 CR 10963, State of Texas versus Terrence Samuel Truesdale. Mr. Truesdale, did you have a chance to confer with your attorney, Mr. Rocha?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now are you fully aware of the reasons Mr. Rocha states he wishes to withdraw? All
Yes, ma'am.
right, do you have any objections to his withdrawal?
No, ma'am.
All right, State, do you have any objections to Mr. Rocha withdrawing from this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rocha, the court will grant your motion to withdraw.
Thank you, Your Honor. And before this, the order is signed. As part of my commitment to indigent defense, I would ask this court to please appoint another attorney to represent Mr. Truesdale.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes. Mr. Truesdale, are you
Yes,
able to hire an attorney or would you like a court-appointed attorney?
I wouldn't mind another court-appointed attorney. I just need someone that is able to help me.
No. Stop right there. Here's the thing that I don't allow in this court. Well, 2 things. 1, I require that everyone treats everyone with respect.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I find when you do that, it's a nicer day. We're in a felony court. People are dealing with cases that are very traumatic to them and for them. The other thing that I don't allow is I don't allow anyone. It could be a defense attorney. It could be myself. Anyone on this Zoom screen. Nobody talks about anyone or say negative things about someone when they're no longer here because they may want to respond to that. So for example, here's the thing. For example, if you're going to say well, this is the type of person I would like the next court-appointed attorney to be, then that means that you're saying that there was something that was deficient in Mr. Rocha, and I'm not going to have that since he's not here to address that. So we're just going to start over from scratch. You're going to get a court-appointed attorney. This will be the last court-appointed attorney that you will receive. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me who comes up next on the list for a court appointment for Mr. Truesdale? Mr. Rocha was allowed to withdraw. It's a third-degree felony. It doesn't appear that it is been enhanced in any way. Let me check the indictment. Well, they are seeking to enhance it, so the person will need to be on at least the second-degree level.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Truesdale will get an attorney appointed for you. Just give us a moment.
Yes, ma'am. All right, she'll put that in the chat box to me. We'll find out who your next attorney will be. Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone else back? H. Dave Sanchez?
Judge, we have an agreement. We're just waiting for the paperwork. I have the state's paperwork. I just need the paperwork.
Okay.
Mr. Sanchez, I just sent it to your email.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And to the clerks, I'm sending you paperwork on Silva. Jeff Mulliner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, you're back with us?
Oh, I am. I've been here the whole time.
All right, you had your screen off. And why is your background so, I mean, there's a major white background. I need you to do a proof of life. Hold up a newspaper. So we'll know that you're safe. Okay. Usually when there are no pictures on the wall, that's when people are holding people hostage or something. Who do you have, Mr. Mulliner?
Alejandra Cornejo Silva.
All right, so the court has received the paperwork on that. And the clerks just need to swear Silva in.
Okay.
And is Silva in your office or?
No, she's on Zoom. I'm looking at her on the second page. I don't know if my pages line up with yours.
All right, I'm going to send you in breakout room number 1, and a clerk will meet you, number 2, and the clerk will be there to swear you and your client in.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Joe Ray Harkowitz needs a family violence prosecutor. He's in number 7.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Fernando Trevino.
Right here, Judge.
Yes.
I've conferred with the state. I think they have a reasonable offer. However, I thought my client was in custody, and she has been on bond apparently, and I didn't reach out to her.
All right, she would have received this notice through the system, because this is not a notice that was set by the court. This is a notice that was set by the system. Have you had a chance to try to locate her?
No, I have not. I'm probably going to need to talk to the clerk to get the bond. Well, actually, she's on PR bond. So
If you want, I can recall it for 2 p.m. today, or we can take the matter up now.
Your Honor, she was here, but she stepped out and she never returned.
All right, Mr. Trevino,
yes,
I'm going to recall your case for 2 p.m. Deputy Laura is telling me your client was in the courtroom, but she left and she's never come back.
okay, then I'll be back on Zoom at 2 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor. Hello.
Yes. What is your name?
Martin Rodriguez. This is my first time. I didn't know I was supposed to be on court. I barely found out, so they gave me instructions how to do this.
All right, Mr. Martin Rodriguez,
Yes, ma'am.
you're going to need to Zoom back in at 2 p.m., okay?
All right. So does that mean I get back on the phone the same way I'm doing it now?
Yes.
Okay. So at 2 o'clock, right?
2 p.m.
Okay. I hang it up now or what?
Yes, hang it up now and just Zoom back in at 2.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Robert? And Norma, we'll need Lisa Voigt back at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone else ready?
Judge Lorraine Efron.
Yes.
Mr. Boter has a MTR today, but he also has a couple of new unindicted cases. David Martin and I conferred, and discovery still in progress.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's possible those new cases will subsume the MTR. So I'm asking if it can be reset with the pending unindicted cases.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Boter,
Yes, ma'am.
can we set this for a contested hearing?
Yes, ma'am. Let me just look at the calendar, Judge.
All right, if you can give them close to 30 days.
Yes, ma'am. I can do the oh God, let's see, the 20.
I have quite a bit of days. I'll be out in September for religious observances. So the week of the 20th or 27th would be what I'd be requesting.
The 27th, you said?
That week.
Okay, I can do the 27th.
Okay.
On a Monday in the afternoon.
I have several settings that day, but that's okay.
Or I can do the 28th in the afternoon.
What time?
At 2?
And Wednesday, the 29th, is that a possibility?
Sure.
Okay. At 2 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, you are excused.
May I go into a chat with my client? He's at the jail, just to let him know what's.
Yes, and you'll need to have him come out of the breakout room after you've spoken to him.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send him to number 3.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And what breakout room were you in, Lorraine?
I had been with David Martin, and then I had been back for a while.
All right, I found you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, I'm back from speaking with my client as well as speaking with the prosecutor. And I was going to request that the court on Mr. Moss's MTR, at the present time, he is remanded without bond, and I would request that the court give him a bond.
What are we
He is
doing
on-
on his case?
Pardon?
What is happening on the motion to revoke?
Well, there's been an offer passed, and at some point in time, we'd like to speak to his brother-in-law and his sister and his mother. But he has also requested that I request for a bond on his MTR. Right now, he's remanded without bond, but it's a deferred.
All right, Norma, set Mr. Moss for a contested hearing, please.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see. I can set it. I can set it for the 22nd, Judge.
All right, September 22nd will be your contested hearing.
It'll be in the afternoon.
All right, at 2 p.m. And to the clerks, could I have a B page on 2019 CR 9105, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have you conferred with the state on a bond amount?
I basically just asked him what they thought that you would present. So we have not come to an agreement on a bond amount.
I'm a maverick. Nobody knows what I would give on a bond.
That was pretty much the response, Your Honor. Maverick.
So what bond amount are you asking for?
Well,
And what bond amount is the state asking for?
I'm not sure what the state would ask for, but the original arrest, I believe, was $10,000.
All right, and then I see where it's the allegations in the motion to revoke is that he has another assault case.
This is true. He's been charged, yes.
Okay. And Mr. Moss, the court doesn't take that as true, but it is something for me to consider. All right, Mr. Moss, I'm going to set your bond at $15,000. Full GPS. And who's the alleged complainant in the new assault? Does anyone know?
Yeah, I'd have to, I don't have the ability to look that up right now, Judge.
All right, we will find out. Once we find out who that person is and the new assault, Mr. Moss, you're not to have any contact with that person, whoever that person is. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way that that GPS can be passive for work?
Sorry, what?
Is there any way that I could have a passive GPS so that I could find work?
No, you're on full GPS, Mr. Moss. I don't take any of this as true, but I want you to put yourself in my shoes for a moment. You're on probation for an assault case, continuous violence. And one of the allegations in your motion is that you committed another assault. And there's numerous allegations of drug use. I'm not accepting any of that as true, but I have to consider that when I'm looking at bond, okay? And David Martin, are you able to tell me, or Joe Ray, can you tell me who the complainant is and the alleged new assault?
I just chatted them to you, Judge, with the spelling.
All right, so, and there's going to be no contact with the complainants. Do you understand, Mr. Moss?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And when you're released, if you make bond, you need to make sure that you contact probation.
Permission to speak freely, Ms. Boyd?
No, not about your case. Your attorney is not here. You may say something that your attorney does not want the court to hear. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I was actually about the fees.
Judge, I'm here. My battery ran out on my.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So I set his bond at 15,000 with full GPS, and he's not to have contact with the complainants who are listed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Norma, can you let them know that Moss number 12 can go back? Mr. Moss, make sure you're here for your court date. If you bond out, your court date is September 22nd at 2 p.m.
Ms. Boyd, is there any way for fees to be waived? I currently don't have money.
I will put down that the GPS fees are waived. However, they're not going to waive them because I don't have jurisdiction to force them to waive that. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Anyone else ready?
Yes.
Judge Steve Harkowitz, may I approach?
Yes.
Judge, on Leo Leos, I started out conferring with Hunter, and he learned that there's an unindicted family violence case. And so he left, and I conferred with Mr. Garcia, and it's unindicted, so I'm going to see if we could get a reset to see what they're going to do on the family violence case, so we can try to package these together here.
Okay, I'll give you a 30-day reset. Norma, on Mr. Leos, can I have a 30-day reset?
And Mr. Leos, I will do a jail visit with you to tell you what's going on.
The 21st, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on September 21st. Mr. Leos, we're going to bring you back on September 21st.
Is there any way I could speak on that?
No.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to speak with your attorney?
Yes, please.
All right, Mr. Harkowitz. You're in breakout room number 7. If you could go back to 7, Mr. Leos, if you could go back to 7. All right, everyone, just give me a moment.
That's real, the man here. The court sent me some more papers to sign. I sent them back. Rather the coordinator. Done.
Right there, the blue dot, she'll see you. And she could hear you, but she stepped away from her desk. It would be in that side because that's the, this is like the breakout room. Okay, how are you?
All right, everyone, we're going to take our break at 12:30, but the clerks have all the paperwork that's been done, so they're just swearing people in, and they will bring it to me, and we will take that up. Norma, do we have a attorney for Mr. Truesdale?
Judge, give me just a second. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Judge, while you're waiting on Norma, can I get back in the breakout room with my client, Mr. Sanders, and I finished paperwork. So can I get back with Juan de la Garza to go over the paperwork?
Yes, he's in number 8. Number 6. You have the ability to go back to 6.
I do, my bad.
Judge, maybe
it's like you're home. You can go at any time. There, you have the keys. Yes, Rochelle.
Maybe place in a room with Mr. Dabamar.
I'm so sorry. I keep calling you Rochelle because that's the name that pops up. And I see that first before I see your face.
Not a problem, Judge.
Okay, Debonair, let me find him. I'm trying to find your client.
He's orange jumpsuit.
L17, Judge.
There we go.
Okay. No, I'm trying to find him in the boxes because he's not popping up. Let me just find you, Mr. Jabenmeyer. Just 1 second. See, he's in one of the breakout rooms.
Can you hear me?
Technically,
I see him.
yes, I can hear you and I can see you. All right. So I've moved him to breakout room number 4. And then Brandon, I'm going to move you to 4. Which breakout room were you in, Brandon? There you are. All right, I sent you to number 4.
That's very early, man. I'm ready to go with my client to finish filling out some new paper that they send me. I send them back.
All right, if you go to number 3, Mr. Alamar.
Number 3.
Yes. Terry Carter.
Yes, Judge. I'm sorry, I had to log off and get down to the courthouse, but Mr. Cole, Jesus Cole, has logged on to the Zoom.
Yes.
He miscalendared this and thought it was for tomorrow. He was at work all morning and did not have access to his phone. It is his lunch break. He's logged on now with his apologies to the court for being tardy. We would ask the court not issue a warrant, admonish him on the importance of being on time, and then allow us to please reset this case in order to get our additional discovery.
All right, Mr. Cole. You need to unmute.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Cole, I'm going to give you
Hello.
a reset date.
Okay,
Not
ma'am.
to be late
You sure?
again.
What was that?
I'm going to give you a reset date. You are not to be late again. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I was at work. My bad about that. I forgot.
No, it's not your bad. It's your apologies.
My apologies.
All right, Norma. Can I have a 30-day reset for Mr. Cole? It's for discovery.
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on the 22nd, Judge.
All right, your next court date, Mr. Cole, is September 22nd, and that can either be by Zoom or in person. All right.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Cole, you can log off now, sir.
Judge, Steve Harkowitz here again. I conferred with Mr. Leos, so may I be excused?
Yes, and your client is?
Leos, Leo
No,
Leos.
I need to know what his seat number is so Norma can let them know he can go back. Norma, can you let them know that 17L can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and who are the parties on Belmaris, Amanda Belmaris?
Marcus
I'm here,
Sanders
Your Honor.
and Raimundo Alamon.
Mr. Sanders. There you are.
All righty. It keeps jumping back to speaker view. Brenna, that's the problem. I don't know why it does that. Oh, there's some sort of major protest going on downstairs, everyone.
What are you doing?
All right.
I'm getting into some good trouble.
Okay. All right. The court is going to call 2021 CR 3947 State of Texas versus Amanda Crystal Belmars. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Raimundo Aleman for Ms. Palmares.
And are you Miss Belmares?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Belmares?
All right. We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No
No,
objection.
Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Balmaris, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Balmaris, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Balmaris, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments to Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor, at all times.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Balmaris, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine. The state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 140 hours community service restitution, defensive driving or driver's education course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, Judge. The state offers states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Balmaris, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Palmares had never been in trouble with the law before. She was depressed on that day and did not mean to pull away from the officer. She at first did not realize that he was trying to stop her. So any consideration the court could give her, be appreciated.
All right, Ms. Belmaris, what are you doing in your life differently so this doesn't happen again?
I recently regained custody back with my daughter. She does have speech delay issues, so we are working on that. I have a pretty good job. I'm paying off some student loan debts, so I can go back into cosmetology school. So, yeah, I'm doing things different. I'm taking some medication, doing meditation, things of that nature. So I can be a better parent and a better just member of society.
All right, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
And that's for marijuana as well?
Everything.
Okay, awesome. All right, this is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine, probated, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, 140 hours community service restitution, 40 hours will be waived if you complete the COVID vaccine. And what I mean by that is this: I'm not forcing you to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. However, if you do it and you provide proof of probation, 40 hours of community service will be waived. There's to be the defensive driving course or either driver's education, regular Zoom reporting, or in person if you can't report by Zoom, regular UAs or either the patch, field visits, 1 time per month, random. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Belmaris, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor, I think that's it.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that will close the record. Ms. Belmaris, good luck to you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. You need to wait there patiently for probation. Probation has other cases they need to look at, but do not leave breakout room number 1. Mr. Alaman, you can go to number 1 or you can be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. You have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you too. Court is going to call 2021 CR 4508, State of Texas versus Alejandra Silva. Could I have the parties on this case, please?
Hunter Morris.
And for the defense?
Jeff Mulliner for Alejandro Silva, Your Honor.
And Alejandra Silva, where are you, please?
I'm here.
All right, we are proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Silva, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled Acknowledgement of Discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, Ms. Sylvia, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do so waive.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Visiting on the lesser included offense, judge, of theft, 750 to less than 2,500.
Any objections?
None.
Ms. Silva, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft, $750, but less than $2,500? The range of punishment for that offense is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. But if the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
She has a rational as a factual understanding of the charges. Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Silva, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft, $750, but less than $2,500 as a Class A misdemeanor. There's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Will take in consideration grand jury number 735342. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, are there being such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 80 hours of community service restitution, and the theft course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense of theft, $750, less than $2,500 as a Class A misdemeanor. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the plea.
State offers states one attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
Without objection, no.
All right, and Brenna, I'm so sorry. I realize that I'm talking fast, like extremely fast. So I'm apologizing to you and I'm apologizing, Rebecca, because I know you're taking down everything that I say. Ms. Silva, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we're willing to proceed.
All right, anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, as has been proven to the state, Alejandra is a very well-employed, productive, tax-paying member of the community, and she regrets the fact that she's here in front of you. She's certain that she will perform to your utmost expectations, and we're asking that you consider probating a part of the community service hours and or letting her buy out. She probably works about 60 hours a week and has obligations in the home as a mother as well.
All right, Ms. Silver, why are you stealing items?
I wasn't. They
Well,
contacted
what I read
me.
from,
Yeah, they
what I read
contacted
from the
me.
police
No,
report
Mhm.
was that you were contacted because they wanted to buy some items from you. The items were stolen. It was the Tory Burch purse, the Gucci belt, Louis Vuitton purse, the Chanel purse, black Tory Burch purse. And actually, honestly, the prices of these items, leather is leather. But I guess if you put two C's in there intertwined, it makes it cost $3,000. And I guess if you put a bunch of LVs on leather, then that takes the normal leather purse or leather bag that would cost you normally $120. That gives you the $1,280. And then the Gucci belt for $750. And I think belts are just used to hold up hands. But if you put the Gucci on it, it costs more. So why were you doing this?
honestly, I really wasn't thinking, and I just thought it was, I mean, I have no excuse. I don't think there is an excuse, and I think I truly apologize to the court and to anybody that I hurt with my actions.
All right, what do you do for a living?
I am the head of a department for healthcare.
All right, doing what?
Managing clinical operations, staffing.
So you're not actually with patients.
Yes, I deal with a lot of patient complaints, and
No, I mean like, well, for example, Brenna, my mom always says never use the word like, so please forgive me. For example, you're not what be considered a home healthcare provider. You're not going into people's homes, are you?
no, I'm not.
Okay. All right, $500 fine, that'll be probated. Take in consideration grand jury number 735342. Proof of employment within 15 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. 80 hours of community service restitution. If you're vaccinated, the court will waive 40 hours of those hours. I'm not forcing anyone to get the vaccination, but if you have gotten it and you provide proof, then the court will waive that. The theft course, regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if for some reason you can't report in person, I'm saying report by Zoom, you need to report in person. Regular UAs or the patch. Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Silva, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, no, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Silva, good luck to you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Please wait there patiently. Probation will be there and they'll go over conditions with you. Mr. Mueller, you can go to number 1 or you can be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. The parties on Jesse Solis. Mr. Rodriguez, you've been so patient.
And I'm here.
Thank you.
Ready.
The court, thank you. The court is calling 2020 CR 0298, State of Texas versus Jesse Solis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Joey Garcia.
For the defense?
Alberto Rodriguez.
And are you Mr. Solis? Can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Solis, I'm showing you what's entitled defendants consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and that you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Solis, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Solis, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is assault, family second offense? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargaining agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargaining agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargaining agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defense to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Solis, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargaining agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, there's a $1,500 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration county court cause numbers 725, 445, 626, 984, grand jury number 738, 962. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's been no contact with Ana Solis and Gloria Torres. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 7 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, BIP course and drug treatment program. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state? And the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all its attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Solis, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? Right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, except that we're asking that the court follow the recommendation of the state and place them on deferred.
All right, Mr. Solis, how old are you?
I'm 36.
All right, why are you hitting your mom?
I am sorry, and I'm gonna get counseling. And
Well, no. There's no excuse. I'm trying to figure out why are you doing that?
I don't
Sons
think.
should not be hitting their moms, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start with that.
Yes.
First,
I
well, Mr. Solis, first, you shouldn't
yes.
be hitting anybody in anger. You're a grown man.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the next question becomes, why are you hitting your mom?
I don't think I hit her, ma'am. To tell you the truth.
Well, no,
If she,
I read the police report and she's saying that you did that. And she's saying that she does not want you at her home.
Yes, ma'am. I'll stay away from her, from the house, and I won't. I don't think I really hit her.
Do you want a
But-
jury trial?
No, ma'am.
Because I'm reading the police report and I'm telling you what the police report says.
Yes, ma'am.
So-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really,
And
really
here's,
sorry.
no. And here's, I'm not the person you should be apologizing to.
Yes.
The person
yes,
you should be apologizing to is your mom causing
yes.
all of this confusion in our house. But you can't apologize to her because I'm ordering no contact for now.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So when's the last time you had full employment?
It's been a while.
Why are you not working?
Because right now I get disability checks because my hand, I had a stroke.
Here's the thing, okay, you're receiving disability, but I think if you can hit people, then you can work,
Yes, ma'am.
especially if it's your mom. Let me explain something to you about mothers. If you have a good mother
Yes,
in your
ma'am.
life, your mother loves you more than anybody else on the planet.
Yes.
And for you to hit her and disrespect her,
Yeah.
I'm sure that hurts her very much.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I love my mom too.
Well, I mean, you're not showing actions speak louder than words. And so far, your
Yes.
actions, you don't love her and you're disrespecting her and you're disrespecting her home.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you have a drug problem?
No, ma'am.
Why are they asking for drug treatment then? When's the hypothetically, When's the last time you used drugs?
About 8 months ago,
And what were you using?
I was using just marijuana.
Do you have any children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
The oldest one is 22. My little girl is 18. And my two little boys is like, I think 12 right now.
Do you see them?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Because the mother.
Well, I mean, it's not because of the mother. Sometimes it's people's actions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the mother may not want someone around her children who's violent.
Yes.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 725-445, 626-984, grand jury number 738-962, $1,500 fine, probated, affirmative finding of family violence, no contact with Ana Solis, Gloria Torres, the BIP course, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 hours of that will be waived if you complete the vaccine. I'm not requiring anyone to get the vaccine, but if you do get it, then you present that to probation and 40 hours of community service restitution will be waived. Parenting classes, proof of employment or SSI within 30 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, random UAs, regular reporting by Zoom. If something happens to your Zoom, then you need to do it in person. Random field visits 2 times per month. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, Judge.
Mr. Solis, is there anything else that you need from this court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we will close the record. Mr. Solis,
Yes.
you need to do better. Otherwise, there's going to be an issue. You understand?
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
mom is not going to be on this planet forever.
I will, ma'am. Yes.
All
Thank
right,
you.
good luck to you. Rebecca, you can go to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And Mr. Solis, I'm going to send you to 1.
Thank you.
And Alberto, you can go to number 1 if you want to, or either you can be excused. Thank you for your patience.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Brenna, I know we said we usually break at 12:30. Do you want to take a break? We have 2 inmates remaining.
Can I just run to the restroom real fast?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to end up coming back at 2:30. So the last 2 cases that we're taking up before we take our break is going to be Dan Bamir and Gerard. And Andrew Froelich, I don't have your paperwork on Della Garza. Is there some paperwork I'm waiting on?
Judge, we're working on the paperwork. I'm talking to Marcus right now, trying to figure out where that paperwork is. The jail says they don't have it. I've signed it. Marcus has signed. It's somewhere, and we've gone over it. We're ready, except for we can't find where the paperwork's at.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Ms. Ferguson will be in number 2, and we'll see if we can find your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And Judge, this is Brandon Lopez. I have Dabermeyer, but I also have Christina Perez. So perhaps after Dabermeyer, I can get put in a room with Ms. Perez.
All right, and after that, we're going on our lunch break. Everybody wants a lunch break.
Your Honor, may I make a quick announcement? On Isa Garza, we're asking quick 1 week reset. Judge McLean has a scheduling conflict, so do I. 1 week would give us ample opportunity to discuss and do the paperwork.
All right. Norma, can we recall Isaac Garza for next week, please?
Monday.
All right, we will see you all on Monday.
Thank you, Honor. May my client be excused?
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
are excused. And Brenna, the only reason why I'm saying these last two inmates is because the jail is shorthanded and we may not get them back.
No, that's fine.
All right. All right, who's on James Debemeyer?
I'm present for him, Your Honor.
All right, is there a prosecutor available? It's family violence.
There's available, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 12361, State of Texas versus James Debemeyer. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Moore.
I got it, Hunter.
All right, thanks. And for the defense?
Brandon Lopez standing in for Rochelle Acevedo.
All right, Mr. Debemeyer, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any objections to Brandon Lopez standing in for Rochelle Acevedo?
No, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
There, Your Honor.
Mr. Debemeyer, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to revoke probation and states motion to supplement pending motion to revoke probation. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same James Debemeyer who was placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 12361 for the offense of assault bodily injury, married on September 9th, 2020 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Condition 1, on or about the 22nd day of July 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant James Debemeyer committed the offense of possession of controlled substance in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State?
Wait, the other end.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
There, Your Honor.
Mr. Debemeyer, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court would find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge, to grant the motion, revoke supervision, and sentence to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail. And we will TIC, get you the number, night mag 623-695.
Defense, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Debemeyer, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, sentence you to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail. Taking consideration NIMAG number 623-695. There's an affirmative finding of family violence and the court will give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Debemeyer, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Debemeyer, good luck to you. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are plenty of free services that are available. Good luck to you. Norma, can you let them know 14L can go back?
L17?
14L.
14L.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, L17. You're right, Norma. Brenna, this means it's time for lunch.
They do look similar, Judge.
All right. Okay, I'll go with that. All right, this is going to be the last case we take up, and then the court is taking its break, and we will come back at 12:30. Mr. Garrard, can you unmute for me, sir?
Yes.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4968, State of Texas versus Richard Lee Garrard. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Senator Morris.
for the defense?
Abe Sanchez.
All right, and are you Mr. Garrard?
Yes, I am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state or the defense?
None from the state.
None from the defense.
Mr. Garrard, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garrard, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you weigh the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Garrard, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
I believe I did. Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with theft under $2,500 enhanced. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, I do.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I did want to say that I have an elderly person that I'm taking care of, and I'm concerned about their welfare. I guess I didn't think about the possibility of some kind of probation. But
No, that's not what you agreed to.
I know, that's
Mr.
not what I've
Garrard.
agreed
Yes.
to. I understand that. I was just concerned about getting care for that person while I'm incarcerated. But I'll try to have it done some way. That's why I'd asked for a little time to be able to go take care of a few matters, but that's fully up to you, your decision on that.
All right, counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge, we've talked about it.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Garrard, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am, they have not.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am, they have not.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am, yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review this page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 9 months in the state jail facility. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration 2021 CR 4969, grand jury number 752835, 752836, county court cause number 665561. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement. State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I did so.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
There are none.
All right. Then to the offense as charged in indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offers states one attachments, Judge.
No objection.
Mr. Garrard, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you
Yes.
electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witness statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will follow your plea bargaining agreement, sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration 2021 CR 4969, grand jury number 752835, 752836, county court cause number 665561. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Could I ask one thing on my time served? I mean, on the time that back time, I was working as in the kitchen. Can I get like the 2-for-1 on that or whatever they offer?
That's within the jail's purview. That is not within the court's purview, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, we're gonna go off the record. Mr. Gerard, you're gonna have to change your ways. You're gonna have to stop stealing, right? Because
Yes,
the
ma'am.
cases that the state took in consideration are all theft cases. You picked up more theft cases. That's why we're here. There are plenty of places, if you need food, if you need some type of help that way, there are plenty of places that will give you free food. I just spent the weekend handing out free food. So you've got to stop stealing. That's all I can tell you. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the prisons a long, long time. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, good luck to you. Number 14L, can you go back?